The story begins with Karina, who had just arrived at her fiancé's residence in the north. She is the eldest daughter of a count from the south. She had traveled for 2 months, first by carriage and then by walking to get here. This was her first trip and would probably be her last. She only had a year left to live. She decided to come to the north as this was a place where no one knew her. It was perfect for her last resting place, away from her family. As she waited in the room, she overheard her fiancé, Duke Million Pestelio, ask if breaking the engagement now would be inappropriate. She spoke up, which surprised him, and said that they could on the condition that he allowed her to stay at his residence, in a separate annex. She promised him that she would stay out of sight for the next 10 months. She handed him the annulment papers. They both knew that this was just an arranged marriage between their families. They did not love each other. He asked her why she arrived alone because it was not safe for a noble lady to travel alone. When she told him how she got here, he could not believe how reckless she was. So different from the first time they met at their engagement party. She told him that she knew he won't refuse her request because she knew that he doesn't like her. He didn't respond, but told her to do as she please. Before she left the south, she visited a doctor after she violently coughed up blood, and he told her she had what was called artist's disease. This disease only showed in people who performed what was called miracles through their art. On some occasions, those miracles depended on their life force. Karina had been performing miracles through her art since the age of 10 to fill up the loneliness she felt. The doctor told her she had the most severe case of artist's disease and that there was no cure. He told her that most of her organs were barely working and that as time went on, she would only get worse. When he asked her if she told her family, she didn't respond. She was afraid of being a burden to them, so she didn't tell them. She thought back to how neglected she felt when she was younger. It's not that her parents didn't love her, but she always came as an afterthought compared to her other siblings. She had 3 siblings. Her elder brother, Enfric, who was an outstanding scholar and soldier to be the next head of the family. The twins, Peridot, who was a social butterfly, and Abelia, who was beautiful and praised for it. She had always felt inferior with her dull brown hair and compared it to her family's brilliant golden locks. She always wondered why she was different. Her sister, Leah, had been born with a weak constitution and always needed extra care and attention. Leah had a strange obsession with Karina and would often at times seek her attention, which was why Karina always stayed at her side. She prevented Karina from attending parties, and this led to Karina not making a single friend. Everyone treated Abelia with a lot of care. She remembered when the twins were born how excited she was at having younger siblings. Her mother told her that as the older sister, she needed to take extra care with them, which she happily agreed to. But as time went on, her parents seemed to expect more from her, that her young mind could not understand. Her mother told her that because she was older, she was supposed to act mature and give her younger siblings whatever they desired, to stop acting childish. Karina remembers how lonely she felt when she was younger and had been left alone on her birthday because her older brother got hurt. She spent it all alone. Or the time she was sick and her mom happily carried her in her arms taking care of her, but getting set aside again because Leah was younger and sick. She was supposed to be the sister who yields to her sickly little sister, the sister who steps back and allows her older brother to shine, and the sister who allows her younger brother whatever he wants. She realized that her parents' love does not belong to her, and with that she decided to stop looking for anyone. That's when she discovered her talent for art. As she drew, her drawings came to life. She didn't even know that was called miracles. When she excitedly showed her parents, she saw the disappointment on her mother's face at the picture she drew, how lacking she found it. Her mother didn't realize that there was once a beautiful butterfly in that picture, that it had come to life and flew away, or how brilliant Karina's ability was. She brought her creations to life,